to touch base back with you. I know it's been a while since we had an opportunity to communicate with you as it relates to the COVID-19 virus and the church's position. So I wanted to gather with you on today and just want to share a couple of things with you as we continue to navigate this COVID-19 situation that we're in. One of the things I want to do is want to check up on the health and well-being of our members. Want to give thanks to Reverend Dr. Earl Robertson, who even under the guidance of our late pastor, Dr. Wayne Parker Snodgrass, worked on putting together the pastoral care plan so that we'll be able to reach out to our membership. Even though we didn't know that COVID-19 would be coming and we would be separated, it was something that God knew and it put it up on his heart that he worked. And I thank God for Dr. Robertson and also for the officers and those teams that are reaching out to our congregation. I know that a lot of the person that was contacted was appreciative that we was checking up on them. And as I go through these 4 things that we're finding to be prevalent as it relates to COVID-19, stay at home, the pastoral care plan is a great part of communicating with our membership. As we relate to what's happening and what the COVID-19 is doing, I first just want to make sure that we are healthy. Started out early in 2020 as we talked about the mental health. They talked about the mental health of the pastor, and that's also relates to the mental health of the membership. If we are not healthy mentally, then we are unable to really minister to others. So there's 4 things that you may be aware of the Bonner Group, and you got Church Answers and a lot of organizations out there that track data on churches, and 4 things that they want to make us aware of, and I just want to make you aware of the same thing, that mental health has reached a crisis now. See, and a lot of times we don't understand mental health. You can be just agitated because of a loss of a job or no income, and it can work with your psyche, you know. And mental health doesn't mean that you got to be put away in a facility or something like that. But they want us to make sure that we inform our congregation to be aware of what would creep into your mind to cause you to begin to think other. Suicide, they said, it already was at a high level, but is increasing more now. So mental health, and I just want to let you know that there's someone here at Progression Union that you can talk to. When your pastoral care team call you, go ahead and engage in a conversation with them. Mental health is not an evil thing. It is a condition that's brought about by certain circumstances. So if you would just communicate and just talk it out, it would help you a whole lot better. I encourage you to tune out. And what I mean by tune out, you don't have to 24/7 social media or TV. Take a day off. The same problems that was there today will be there tomorrow. That's what Jesus was teaching. He said, take no thoughts for tomorrow. You need to concentrate on what's going on today, because the evil tomorrow, they're going to be there. So I want you to make sure, it doesn't hurt you to turn your TV off, for 4 or 5 hours and just do something, walk around the house or something. It doesn't hurt to check out a social media So many times our young people and even some of the older people now that we are more online are allowing people that we don't even know to control how we think, how we operate. So take care of yourself. Take care of yourself mentally. Find a friend or find someone that you're able to talk to. So I want to make sure that your mental health is there. Loneliness, especially in our elder population, there's a loneliness there, and I know that being at home, by yourself, you're used to your children, your grandchildren, or someone coming over. Take a look at some of the free programs that they have. Zoom, I know you can get free, and there's others, Google, and go over and teach your grandmother, your grandfather, how to engage in those type of things, so you can get up online and at least that virtual presence would help them. I remember on TV there was a lady, said, I'm 80 years old and I miss my church and miss my grandchildren, so I'm gonna invest in a computer so that I can connect with them. So loneliness, even if you can't get them on the computer, pick up the phone and call them. Take a minute to pick up the phone and call them and just ask how they are doing and allow them space to talk. So loneliness is something that we need to be aware of. And then there's addiction. People are trying to cope. They're drinking a little more gin and tonic. They are going a little more to the stores and sometimes you may have medication that allows you to relax. Got to be careful there, because see, a lot of that is coming to the fore. So under strain of pressure, young people, you got your kids going to school now, and there's virtual learning. You're trying to work. You're on a tremendous amount of stress and strain. So a lot of times you want to take something that will kind of allow you a relaxation period, but you got to be careful that it doesn't become habit forming. So I want you to kind of beware that if you know someone in your family around you that is stressing out, we want you to make sure that you engage them and kind of walk with them. And again, this church is here for you. We have person that will be able to help you to navigate through some of the stuff that you're going through. Then finally, there are relationships are straining under this pressure. There's strain in relationship, marital relationship. There's a strain as it relates to siblings, so we need to be aware of that. And there's nothing that can put a strain on a relationship that cannot be resolved. Sometimes just simply walking away. And I always say this, and my wife, and she always kind of get on. But I say to her, she asked me, "Did you hear me?" And I say, "Yes, I hear you." But what I had to say would not add any value to the conversation, so I choose to be quiet. So that's kind of what it is. You don't have to have an answer for everything. You don't have to go through a dialogue. Just say time out. In marital counseling, we're taught when we're sitting down and we're talking with the counselees that you have. It could be anything, a fan or something, but put an object on the table, and then when one person has the object in hand, the other person be quiet. Okay, and then they wait till that person put the object down, then the next person picks it up, and that's that time. So you get to a point where there's a strain in your relationship, or you're talking about getting the bills paid. Take that energy and talk about prioritizing what bills to pay, and then divvy out the other bills and sit down and call them, because everyone understands this COVID-19 relationship that we're going in. So take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And we want to make sure that, and again, the church is here for you to just call and we can share with you. We can make sure that we channel you to the right place to get there. And we want to make sure that we understand that. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is I will talk about this in-person worship service. In-person worship service. Now, as you may know, there was a safer at home order that was given, and we are called the churches are what you call a non-work related entity. Okay, and so the word to the church is that there will be no gathering of 10 or more unless you can maintain the 6-foot distances. So we had done a survey. We walked it. As a matter of fact, the sanctuary is marked off, and we understand that we could safely assemble 150 persons. And Deacon Sims, who's chairman of the board of officers, and myself, and the different ministry like security, nurses guild, ushers, greeters, youth department, we met to talk over our next step in the in-person worship. Want to say this, and there are 3 reasons we want to make sure that we get some clarity on this. One is that I know a lot of people are asking, when can we come back to church? And along with them asking, some would pose this question as to, well, I see, and then they'll name other person, not by name, but I see other persons that are in the sanctuary. Well, we don't want it to be understood that we are restricting who come. Right now, those who come in to the church, we make sure that they are masked. We got persons at the door who take the temperatures and make sure that we are sanitizing everything. So we want to make sure that we understand that we're not trying to keep anyone back. We don't want anyone that is coming to feel guilty that they're sneaking into the service. We have always been able to accommodate 150 persons in the sanctuary adhering to strict CDC guidelines. And so we want to make sure we get that out. We are asking, as we develop a survey to send out, and we're asking that give us to the second Sunday in December, the second Sunday the second Sunday in October, to accommodate the 150. That make sure that we got everything in place to do that. So we are saying that the second Sunday in October we'll be able to accommodate 150. We know that we have several inquiries as to when we're coming back from members to include the youth. We're talking strict CDC guideline. We said strict CDC guideline. We're talking about coming back with your face mask, worn properly. We're not talking about your nose exposed or down around your neck, but we're talking about that your nose is covered, 6-foot distances. We got them marked off, and we got the ushers that will make sure that everyone will be there. We're not asking, demanding. We're not trying to say that everyone come back. Those elderly, those who have a condition that make them vulnerable, we're asking them not to come back. Specifically, just reading in the article today about diabetes, especially vulnerable to the disease. So we're asking that if you feel sick, if you been to a place where COVID-19 is on the rise, we ask that you not come. And we're also asking for your cooperation, that at the door, when they check your temperature and you're out of range, then they're going to ask you to leave and that you adhere to it. One of the questions that came up is, how do we handle visitors? Well, we don't want to become a social club, a membership only. We understand that God adds to the church daily those which are saved. And just like you would if somebody come to your own home, if you have a guest come in, somebody from the household would get up and allow them that space. So that's what we're asking, that if a visitor come, we will do our due diligence to make sure that all the protocols are followed. And we do have space. We got this room to my right and the room to my left. And we also had a church room back there. That if there's something that we need to do, we can utilize that space to make sure that we maintain safety. So we just want to say that the second Sunday in October is our goal. And now when we're looking to see what is happening, that's give us an opportunity to see what the schools are doing. We kind of holding steady here in Madison County, but it's not so with a lot of the other counties. So we want to make sure that we are on top of that. If you have any questions, feel free to call us. Not only question, but we are open for suggestion how we can do this safely. We do understand that we're coming up. We're running at 7 months now of lockdown, and a lot of people are getting restless, and so we want to make sure that we are that place where we can come and we can worship. We can worship. One of the things that another one of the things that we find that is being given to us is that the church, as we left it in March, will not be the same church we come back whenever we come back. Some of the experts are saying that the vaccine, even though it may be here by the end of the year, said that when all the tests are given, it may be second or third quarter, June, July, August, sometime in that time frame before it becomes available to everyone. So we want to make sure that as we go, we are listening to God and that we are following and adhering to the guidelines that are put out there. I know there's a lot of noise out there, but we believe that if we adhere to the guidelines, that we would be okay. Most of the places that you see some of the rise in the virus, a person who do not especially face mask, face covering. So we want to make sure that you understand that. Voting, I want to kind of touch on that. Voting, it is important that you are registered to vote. There's all types of avenues that you can use to get yourself registered to vote. At the post office, you can fill out your voter registration form and they'll mail it right there for you. There's churches that are having voter registration drives all across this city. We're voting already. I voted and my wife voted, and all you have to do is go down to Madison County Courthouse, ask for an absentee ballot. They will give it to you. You can fill that out, pass it back to them, and if it's correct and everything matched up, they will give you a ballot, and you can vote it right then. They're asking us to vote as early as we possibly can for a couple of reasons. One is that we want to minimize the number of people that would have to stand in line on the day of voting. We want to minimize that. By minimizing that, we are able to help stop the spread of the coronavirus, because everyone wouldn't have to be bunched up and everyone wouldn't be in place. So vote early. There are possibilities that there will be people out who will will challenge you now, and there's a law that allow them to do that. And now you don't have to respond to them. If you get challenged, you just ask to see a voter poll worker, and if you don't get resolved, then there's a number that you can call that will respond immediately to help you out in whatever situation you're going in. But do not interact with them. Do not repeat, interact with them. You don't have to, like I say, engage. You just know your rights and just allow them to do what they plan to do. So we want to make sure of that. And finally, I want to talk about virtual learning. Our kids are going back to school. One of the things that we have to be aware of is that this virtual learning is a problem. We can't get away from that. There's a strain on the internet system with all the schools coming up on net, and also with the businesses working from home. So there's a strain on it. Some of the children need help in navigating because they got to go to several places to get their homework, to check in. They got passwords they got to remember. So they're having problem with that. And then the main problem that in speaking to some of the kids here at Progressive Union is that they'll have persons who are online playing and they know how to kick the teacher off Zoom. So they're doing stuff like that that's disrupting the class, and they're very disappointing. And I'll say a lot of the kids are just turning in homework, not concerned about whether it's right or not. So it's children that want to really learn, and the system is trying to catch up so that they'll be able to actually learn. So they're trying to navigate all those challenges. So our children, again, if you're having issues, contact us, and we'll see what we can do to help you out on your virtual learning experience. Amen. And all of our ministries are back up and running. They're having Zoom meetings. Our Sunday school, everything is back up. So when we come back, just like I said, 150 is all we can accommodate. We will still be viral. We'll still be on the radio. We'll still be on the social media platform. So when we come back, we'll come back and we want to engage everyone. Just like third Sunday is our youth Sunday, we'll come back and they'll do third Sunday. I'll talk to Sister Pat Coleman about starting the children's church. It will be done virtual, so she'll do the children's church. And while I'm here, I might as well ask dear Sister Wanda Rice has a need for a teacher in the youth department. You can either record your lesson, or you can do it in Zoom to teach that age group. So if you would, and you're interested in teaching, it's a younger class, that you call the secretary at 256-534-8266 and give her your name, and she'll pass it along to Sister Rice, and she'll certainly get in contact with you. So Progressive Union is open for Christian business, and we're still reaching out into the community to help them. And let me say this before I forget it. When they're talking about loneliness, a lot of time when they're single, a person, and they have no one, our single ministry is meeting. They have if you look at your constant contact email, you'll see where they are meeting, and they have a program that they're doing, and check in with them. And we also it's supposed to be doing the church outdoors at the Manor House. So the women's ministry is handling that. So if you're looking for somewhere to fit in, you'll be able to do that. It is my prayer that every one of us will be safe during this pandemic. It is my prayer that the power of God will rest upon our life, that he will undergird us with his mercy, intertwine us with his grace, and more so, let his favor rest upon the lives of his people, that we may be the light that he called us to be in the midst of a dark and dreary situation. May God bless you